That's really a good question, and I think I had sort of answered it partly. My interest in this is because I like to draw experiences. I like to compare and to be able to look into what I'm familiar with. And so, being in a situation where I have to teach and interact with people, students and researchers in a scientific context, because I'm currently at the Faculty of Science and Engineering. And so I teach students in engineering, in science, and as a teacher, you see the struggles that they have, you see the challenges that they have when you interact with them, they talk about their challenges. And as a teacher and as a researcher, such experiences make you ask questions, and those are the kind of questions that I ask, and I try to find solutions. Sometimes I don't really find solution, but I believe when I share this to a larger audience, for example, it also sort of other teachers can see what I've done and try to see, do we have the same struggles? Because as Cummings actually advocates, and most researchers do advocate, is tying or linking what you do in the classroom to research, because according to Cummings, he says that we have to link, and that sometimes is what is missing, linking practice to research work. I mean, linking theory to practice, and that's what's really motivated me to want to do this. One of them is actually direct translation, because I would give an example of which I explain in my paper. Simple use of verbs, for example, like the verb to permit, like the verb in French, you say permettre. Permettre means to allow, but a similar verb actually exists in English, which is permit, which is not the same. And so sometimes when you give them, ask them to do a summary writing or an opinion essay, you'll find that they try to direct translate from French to English, and it loses meanings. There's the nuance that is lost, so you don't get the actual meaning that is intended. And another linguistic challenge that I have is linked to um, linguistic insecurity itself, where some students who have difficulties with pronunciation will tend to, be discouraged, not motivated because of that insecurity of wanting to speak with an accent that is not correct or pronouncing. And I think it's a big challenge, especially for researchers when they have to go and present, for example, their work to a larger community, scientific community. Today with technology, we have a lot of access to a lot of tools. Some of them are accessible online. And I think one thing is first, I would say, is to embrace embrace your language. If a researcher is struggling with pronunciation, but people are able to understand or to get what he's trying to communicate, then I think that should be the most important thing, to be able to pass the message across, regardless of our accents, regardless of how words are pronounced, because it is very difficult to master, especially a language that is not ours, and communicate perfectly. Of course, we have people who do that, but it's not everybody is not able to understand a different language and make a perfect scientific presentation. And so one of the things I would say is just being confident, having confidence on the way we speak, because again, we have world Englishes. So depending on where you come from, you're going to speak, with a different accent, and you might not even be understood. So I think for most researchers that struggling with the linguistic insecurity, and it's just about having confidence in oneself, and you know, because I cannot suggest, for example, or recommend materials. We have a lot of materials online, access to to videos on YouTube, and so it's just for somebody to be motivated and take initiative to want to improve whatever it is they're struggling with.